Hello viewers, welcome to another Gran Turismo lap time tutorial where we're going to help you get the full 2 million credits for a gold medal on this week's time trial, which is at Road Atlanta. In this, the KTM Crossbow. If you are a bronze level driver who's hoping to get your first silver, if you're a silver level driver who's hoping to get their first gold, or if you're just a silver level driver who occasionally gets gold and needs a few hints and tips, this is the video for you, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you how I managed to get a gold. I'm an A-class driver, but I am not ever challenging the top of the leaderboard, so I wouldn't class myself as any kind of an alien or special kind of driver. I'm just an everyday guy. I have got a steering wheel, and that does help, but I'm going to explain some of the tips and tricks that you can use, even with a controller, to try and get into the gold and get the 2 million credits. Before we go into the video, I just want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. That is the reason that I'm putting this video out there tonight. I know that there's only 24 hours before the deadline for this closes, and I do aim to get future videos out just a little bit quicker. But life is a little bit busy right now, and it does take some time. Even though I don't really do much editing of these videos, it still takes time to prepare them. So please sit back, relax, take some notes from the video. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try and give you advice if there's any corners that you're struggling at. I'm going to try and give you the advice. I'm also going to do a quick review of the world record lap at the end and give you my thoughts. I'll be giving criticisms of my own driving throughout this video as well. But without further ado, let's get this lovely KTM Crossbow out on one of my favourite tracks, Road Atlanta. It's such a cool track and one of my favourites. Also, I would say that this was one of the easier time trials that I've done recently. The car's not the easiest to drive, but it is manageable. And I don't think the gold time is particularly hard to reach. So here we are. This is the replay of my lap. I'm just going to back it up, and I'm going to change the camera over to the nose cam because I think that's the best way to learn the track. I'll also quickly replay the video from the chase cam later on, and I'll put a bookmark in the video later for you to see where that is. Before starting, as always with this, I think it is critical to master manual gears in any of these cars because engine braking makes a big difference to the amount of grip utilization you get from the front wheels. And it also allows you to steady the car on the exits. This car does kick a lot at the back, so using the gears effectively to maximize that rear grip is really important. Also, drive with no traction control on and keep your ABS on weak. And you will find that the car handles ever so slightly better. So here we go. I have also missed the end of this lap from the replay because Gran Turismo doesn't give you the last corner of the previous lap, but you'll get a chance to see it as I come round to complete the lap. I'll comment on how to start a lap. So we aren't going to show you how to start the lap right now because it's missing from the replay, but you'll get to see it in about a minute's time. Here we go. And actually, sorry, I just need to put the display on. Gran Turismo seems to have forgot that I need that display on. Right, we're coming into the first corner here, and your first braking marker is this end of the pit lane, this nice orange piece of barrier here. They've even coloured it orange to make it easy to see. So you want to just start applying gentle braking and down into fourth gear at this orange marker. So you're going to see that I'm going to apply half braking, not the full amount of braking. So you see there, my brake trace is just on half, and I'm trying to hook up the car onto the inside curb. I do slightly miss it, so I'm losing a bit of lap time compared to the world record through here because of that, but this lap is still good enough for gold. And then obviously full throttle all the way out, and your next braking zone comes at you quite quick. Keep over to the left here, really hug this inside, but brake in a straight line and try and hug this left curb without putting any wheels on the grass. Okay, so you can see how close I am to the edge of the track here. Right, this is really important, this car placement, because it's going to allow you to brake in a straight line. And the braking marker's really easy to spot. It's just these dashed lines across the track. So just use those. And again, just look at that car positioning here. As we go through the corner, I'm just going to play it in bursts so you can see that I am really hugging the line until the point where I'm aiming at the apex. And the apex is blind, so you are going to have to do a few laps to learn the track, to learn where to point the car. There is a hint on the track. Look at the dark colours on the tarmac. The dark colours will help you take the line in. If you're still struggling, put the racing line on and just follow that instead. And my target here is to get two wheels over this striped part of the rumble strip. I didn't want to be taking any more than the striped part. So you can see again, if I pause the video here, how tight I am to that striped part. Don't go on the corrugated part on the inside because it's going to launch the car into the air and you're going to lose a lot of grip and really struggle to gather the car up. So I think this angle does it a lot of justice. You can see there how close I am. That's what you want to be aiming for. Note as well, I'm in fourth gear. Okay, I'm just going to back it up and we'll recap these two corners at full speed just so you can see what it looks like. So there was that dab on the power and run it out to the outside. And then watch the braking here. So I'm braking hard and in a straight line, but then I'm lifting off the brakes as I come into the apex to get the rotation, and I'm short shifting whilst off the accelerator into fourth gear so that I get the car settled as it goes down the hill. Now you can see that I'm making very small lifts, so again just tiny little lifts so that I can keep the car stable, keep it to the inside. You don't want the car to be wandering left and right. So again, I want it to be slightly more to the right here, but this is still good enough for gold. You see there, I kind of had to get the car gathered up a little bit on the outside of the track there, lost a little bit of time. Next big braking point, so you want to be in a straight line and hugging this rumble strip again. So you see here how close I am to the edge of the rumble strip. I've basically got the center line of the car on that yellow painted line, and the braking is basically just as you enter the start of the rumble strip. So it's just a really easy braking marker. It's just where that rumble strip starts pretty much. And just brake in a straight line and follow this dark piece of tarmac into fourth gear. And you can see that I'm easing off the brake ever so slightly. You see the trace on the screen there on the left. So that's really important to try and get the car to hold that inside line. If you find that you're not on this piece of rumble strip at this point in the corner, you are not getting the power down and you're going to be slow down this next straight. So you want to be really over to that left. I'm short shifting into fourth gear there and running the car out onto that exit curb. Next braking marker. This is slightly harder to spot, but you see that coming up on the left here, there is an end of the barrier. So you see here where this tree is and the end of the barrier. That's where you're braking. Get your braking done early in a straight line. So full braking, and then you're rolling the car onto the apex here. So I'm just neither accelerating nor braking until I'm sure that I'm going to make that apex. So I've used as much of the rumble strip as I can, and I'm just trying to then get on the power nice and smoothly. And this is all about how smoothly you can get on the power. Use fourth gear to make sure that you get that power down because this car does kick at the rear. And then the final, well, not the final braking point because we've still got the last sector, but the most difficult braking point, I think, to spot is this one. This requires just a bit of rhythm and a bit of feel. There is a line across the track here. It's really hard to see, but there is a line just there straight in front of us, and you want to be braking slightly in front of it. To be honest, I would just get a bit of muscle memory going here because there aren't really any good braking markers to use. You can just cheat and use the flashing marker on screen where it says second gear and sort of use that as a prompt. I don't like doing that as a racing driver, but hey, you have to use every advantage to get these lap times right. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping it in third gear and I'm just easing off the brake as I turn into the apex to make sure that I'm as far to the inside as possible. And then I'm not full throttle on the accelerator here because the car doesn't have enough grip to make the exit. So once I'm confident that I'm getting out of the corner, that's when I apply the full throttle. Got a bit of a straight here. This is always a good time just to take a breather, calm down, and think about what you're about to do as you come into the final sector. If you've had a safe lap so far, but you're behind on time, then take some risks in the final chicane. If you've done a good lap so far and you're ahead of your PB, take it easy through the chicane. And I'm just going to keep pausing the video as the braking point comes up. Future videos will have slow motion, by the way. I am working on doing some video editing for future videos. But anyway, as we come down, you see that there's the 300 board on the right. Keep your eyes on that, and you're braking just past it. So not actually on it, but you see now, we're just passing it, and according to my trace, I'm just about to apply the brakes. So around here, I've got the brakes on, and we are... Let's just go to the off-board view. So, we're basically a car length past that 300 board. Again, you get a feel for it by doing a few laps. Just get into that rhythm so that it becomes second nature for you to brake at that point. And I took it easy through here. I didn't really take much curb, but I could have taken a bit more. You want to prioritize this first apex as much as possible. Okay, the lap time is made through getting through this first apex so that you can maximize the width of the track into the second one. If your car is even remotely over to the right at this point, you are losing tons of time on that second apex. And you can see here, this is a mistake on my lap. Look at this. My car is pointing left, but the corner goes right. So now I'm going to have to back off to get that car turned into the right. So really what I want it to be is on that black piece of tarmac to the left of the screen and facing diagonally in at the corner. However, I went a bit too deep, and then you can see there that my accelerator, I had to remove some accelerator, get the car hooked back into the curb. So this isn't a perfect lap, it's not supposed to be, but it is good enough for gold. Maximize your exit, try and get on the power. And then I said I'd show you this last corner. Well, it's actually flat out, but you just have to be very late on the apex and nip across. And there you go. That's a 126.17. You need a 126.3 for gold. So it's comfortably enough for a gold. There were mistakes on that lap, as I called out when we did it. The last thing I'm going to show you before we finish the video, I'm going to play through the world record lap. So let's just go over to that. Well, we can't do the world record because the replay's not available, but we'll go for the first one that we can. And I'll comment on the things that they're doing better than I am. I haven't seen this video, so this is the first time I'm watching it, so I'm just going to give you my live reaction to how this lap looks. Let's just get the view that I want. So first thing that we see is that they are they're sort of using engine braking. They're abusing engine braking. This is something that a lot of these pro players are doing. He's going to shift down into fourth gear at the same time as braking. See there? And he's actually drifting the car. Wow. Wow. Throwing the car into the corner. Same idea though, keeping as far to the left as possible, and then he's actually braking a lot later than I was. He's braking actually on that line. I was braking just before, and yeah, sort of drifting the car over. And even then he had to lift, but he's basically mowing the lawn just there. He's you can see where he's mowed the lawn. That's adventurous. And again, lawnmower. Wow, that is some track limits. Where's he braking here? So, well, we are way past my braking point. He's braking at the 300. Wow, double shift up. Wow. So down to second to get the turn in and the rotation, and then straight up into fourth. I bet this is going to be hammering down the gears as well. This is going to be lots of engine braking into here, I'm sure. Where's the braking? So it's braking kind of where I was actually, not too far off. So like a car length behind the 300. Yeah, but it's just hammering the engine braking. And then I think over the line it's pretty simple, right? It's just flat. This isn't going to be a challenge for this guy. So yeah, wow, that's a masterclass. That's my live reaction. I've not seen the lap before, but that drifting is insane. I'm going to have to give that a go at some point. But yeah, anyway, feel free if you can try and replicate that, go for it. But you've seen that you don't need to do any of that to get the gold. So I hope that helps. If anyone's got any questions in the next 24 hours, I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible, and I'll try to get the next video out as soon as possible for Brazil with the Jaguar XJR. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you once more to all the subscribers. Feel free to ask me anything. I'll try my best to help, and I'll see you in the next video.